Welcome to the jungle. Okay, so it's July and it's the Silph Cup tournament arena called Jungle Cup. So for July, they decided to feature electric, bug, grass, and normal type. They've excluded Tropius and Wormadam, and it's actually the first Silph Cup arena tournament where they have allowed normal type. So I'm very excited about this cup, and I wanted to show off some of the practice that I have been doing for this cup. And of course, I can't show you all the tricks up my sleeve or my wild card picks, but I'm going to use some of the most meta Pokemon in these practice battles and kind of go through how we are going to use staples in this tournament like Heracross and Vigoroth and Noctowl. Let's jump into the battles. I think a common theme that we will see throughout Jungle Cup is a Vigoroth lead, a Vigoroth counter, and an electric type on your set of 3. So I've decided to lead Vigoroth. By doing this, you can lead Vigoroth, get 2 shields off on it, and then just start rocking body slams, taking their shields and taking out some of their Pokemon. To counter that, you can lead with your Vigoroth counter, which my opponent has done. So I take Vigoroth out and go into my own Heracross. Heracross is probably one of the best counters for Vigoroth in this cup. It really walls it off and doesn't let it get out of control too fast. So she comes back with Fortress. That's okay, I've got Close Combat. Fortress is probably one of the best bugs in this type because it doesn't struggle from a 4 times rock weakness like the bug and flying types do. And then she has Magnezone. I think Magnezone is going to be a lesser of the electric types after playing around with them for a couple times. I think the Alolan Graveler, Golems, or Lantern will be some of the most popular electric types. But Magnezone is itself weak to fighting. I think that's why it's not going to do quite as well in this cup. So she comes back with Earthquake on Heracross. That's okay, I take it, I let my Heracross go. Out comes Vigoroth. I'm going to lose Vigoroth before I get off a Body Slam. I was trying to take down her Heracross with Body Slam before it gets to me because I knew my last Pokemon was Magnezone. So I'm going to have to burn a shield here. And her counters are going to do quite a bit of damage, but that's okay. I'm going to take it out with Sparks. Okay, for the next round, I'm running with Venusaur. I've got a Alolan Graveler, and I've got Noctowl. So, for this cup, I think Venusaur is a strong pick. I get a lead off on Graveler here, so she's going to end up switching and taking a Frenzy Plant right as I pull it with Victory Bell here. That's a great play on her part. As far as Venusaur goes, it needs to watch out for the bugs and the flyers in this cup, but with resistances to Vigoroth's counter and resistances to Heracross's counter, it's able to wall those pretty well, and it's going to be able to take down those Alolan Rocks and Lantern very easily. So Noctowl comes off and finishes out Victory Bell. Noctowl's great. It's able to take a lot of hits. It's very tanky for one of the flying types. It has access to Sky Attack and Psychic here, and Psychic is going to get me that shield. And here comes Rock Blast. I'm going to take it and just let Noctowl go. I've taken out her grass type, so it's pretty much done its job. I know Frenzy Plant from Venusaur here is just going to nuke this Graveler, and I end up getting the shield. That's okay, I'm going to end up taking out this Graveler a little bit later. After I use a shield, I'm going to get off my own Frenzy Plant and finish off this Graveler. And Graveler is going down. Okay, so out comes her own Noctowl, and to handle this, I've got my own Alolan Graveler. And with Rock Throw as its fast move, it's going to be able to charge up pretty quickly and take down bugs very quickly. So a lot of the bugs in this cup are 4 times weak to rock, as I said before, and I think Alolan Graveler is going to be a huge problem for any of the flyers that people choose to bring. Okay, so in this third practice match, I've included this in my video kind of to show you how Vigoroth can really get out of control, especially if your opponent does not bring a specific counter for your Vigoroth. So my opponent here has kind of led with an off-meta team. Her first Pokemon is Miltank. That's going to be taking super effective damage from my counters, and she's going to have to bail out of here pretty quickly. I'm already charged up to a Body Slam, so whatever comes out next is going to take this Body Slam. It's Magnezone, so counter again is going to be doing super effective damage against this Magnezone. So I'm going to charge up to Bulldoze, and right as she gets off a wild charge, I just use my first shield, and I've already done about half of the damage to 2 of her Pokemon and only used 1 shield. And I've got energy going into this third Pokemon. So is it going to be Miltank? No, it's Swellow. So Swellow's a normal flying type, and I'm going to body slam it, and you can just see how much that stab body slam can do. So I'm going to rock off 2 in a row. I'm going to take her final shield, and I've actually got a shield advantage, and I've not even switched out my Vigoroth one time. So Magnezone, Miltank, both weak to counter. Swellow, neutral to counter. So especially if you don't have anything that can counter Vigoroth, it's just going to get really ugly really quickly like this. Those body slams are going to really add up to you. And with my shields, I'm going to be able to protect my Vigoroth and just keep him sending body slams. For our final practice match, I will show you one of my off-meta picks for this tournament in Cradily. I've also got Noctowl and Vigoroth, but what I like about Cradily is against electric types. So with its grass and rock typing, these electric types are double resisted. Just watch how much this Thunder Punch does to Cradily. I'm just able to take these all day to the face, and with access to moves like Grass Knot and Bulldoze, Lantern, the Alolan Rocks, and or Magnezone are no problem for Cradily. Also, against this Vigoroth here, Cradily is able to take Body Slam very well from it, because its rock type resists that body slam. So it can pretty much wall Vigoroth if you play it correctly. I'm able to take a shield with Grass Knot here, and I will take body slam to the face, and that also does basically nothing. So what you need to watch out for Cradily is the flyers are neutral against it, the bugs are neutral against it, and other grass types are neutral against it. So I'm gonna let Cradily go down to Fortress. And in comes my Noctowl. So Noctowl is going to be doing neutral flying moves here. And I was testing out Nightshade versus Psychic. And neither of these are going to be great against a Fortress. So definitely rock Sky Attack on your Noctowl. It's going to be better in more situations. Plus it gets a stab bonus. So I end up